all on the wrist. Watch how I flip. Watch how I whip. I'm in the whip. All on the wrist. I never switch. Ice in the wrist. I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch 'cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating 'cause ice on the wrist. Robert, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Let it. 15, line up. 15 yards. Touchdown, defense. Hey, stand off.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Go.
Off the play fake. Jones. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
59.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Pilot, 64-5.
They'll try the air now with Hill. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Jones. Throwing again. Complete to Jones. It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people just like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Now Jones. And that will be incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
At their own 23-yard line.
Reset. 19. Let's get it together, defense. Let's hit it fire. Out, 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 out. Slam, slam, slam. And let's go.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Steps away to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Watson got a man. It's complete. Williams. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Alert, alert.
From the gun, here's Watson. Dancing to his left. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The rookie from Washington, Taylor Rapp, there to knock that away. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Mike Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. So 2nd and goal there from the 1. They go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. 2nd down is always kind of that, do they throw it, do they run it? They worked it out to perfection on that one by throwing it into the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing Jones. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Come on now, let's go.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw again, Jones. And his throw here's incomplete. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got his man. It's Williams. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Watson on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. This is caught by Ginn. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, they're going option left. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That's it, baby.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jones now operating from the gun. Well, the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On second and a yard, Watson. Johnson's got it complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Back to throw, Watson, escaping the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On first down, Watson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. On first and 10, Watson buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The final shot before the break, Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. It's a second down run with Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Philip Dorsett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Fights through him. Gets this up across the 20 to the 21 or 22. Did show some power on that run, breaking the tackle. Derwin James, an all-pro as a rookie last year, up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Don't get nervous.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
It'd be real interesting to take a look at this play later, because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now it's Ginn. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready, set. Lights 50, lights 50. Now. Hey, orbit.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, Jones gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 4th down now after a loss of 2. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Check. Frag down. 54.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run. He'll let this go deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
So don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Looking to throw. Jones. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Packers. Allen Robinson. 76 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to look deep for more. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Watson. And he's got his man Hilton. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Turn it up. Kill, turn it up. No. I-55.
Operating from the gun. Watson. Well, he's going to go for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The field goal we just saw has this now at a one-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means open.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Back to you. I'm coming back to you.
After the interception, here's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Call that a very strong gain of 24. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Here's Johnson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
To Johnson again. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
They still can't get him. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Steve McClendon, credit him for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on the play of the game now. 4th and goal. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Forced out to his left. And no, it's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's get it. Set. 30 base. Now.
Now Jones. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play here for Dallas. 48 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they can. And yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed, and now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Watson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jalen Smith in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it. 17. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Dallas, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win?